Hope everybody's having a great day. Today I want to talk about Last Epoch. Really want to thank 11th Hour Games for having an offline mode because that's really great for players in remote locations as well as players maybe playing on a handheld device or something. Laptop, maybe you do a lot of traveling, you don't use in-flight Wi-Fi, whatever the case may be. The servers have been having some issues for the first couple days. I've heard that they've actually improved. I haven't tried my online character again yet, so I have yet to see how much the online has improved. But this is my character right now, level 18, Rune Master, the Mage. Had a lot of fun with it. This is also, it's literally almost like having like a Nova Sorceress on Diablo, except you really have all these options. You can get lightning damage, fire damage, and ice damage out of that attack, and this is a skill tree for that one attack. So there's really so much customization that I feel that you can do with all the different attacks on this game, and you can specialize in them, and that's what gives you the skill tree for them. So you got 5 different skills you can specialize in. I don't know about what happens in the end game or anything. I'm just taking my time enjoying the whole process of the playthrough right now. But that's the skills and everything. Then you got your passives, which are tied to like whichever mastery you choose. And then I guess this is just the in general passives. I'm really just kind of taking it as I go, playing the game blind. I'm not reading any guides or watching any. I'm not even watching any in-game gameplay because I don't want to spoil it. I want to really organically take in the process, make all the player decisions myself, enjoy the fact that the game allows like a lot of player constitution. You can make your own build up and feel fairly powerful. At least I have so far. I haven't felt like I need to go back to the drawing board, at least not yet. So we'll see what the game holds for me. This is mostly just my opinions early on. There's a teleport on this. It seems like this and the rogue, which are the ones that I've played so far, it seems like every character has some type of mobility skill, which is a plus. I know we don't have a dash like we do in Diablo, so that's one thing to think about. So that's one of my attacks. That one does a ton of damage. Then I have this Nova-like one. So that's like my mastery thing right there, this runic invocation. If you notice these things stacking up over my character's head, it's like building charges. Really kind of reminds me of a mosaic assassin from Diablo 2. There's probably way more, I guess, meta ways that I could play this character, but I'm really just trying to see. I haven't really messed with the loot filter or anything yet. I honestly feel like I'm so early into the game to the point where I'm not really getting crazy amounts of loot to where I need to filter anything yet. Maybe over time that'll be an issue, but so far that's not something that I've had a problem with. One thing that I'll say about the game, like even just look at this map, like just the art style. I really appreciate the art style. I think the music is really good as well. They have a good variety. Some of the music was kind of reminding me of like God of War. It's got some kind of Diablo-esque music as well. It's all, the music just fits. It feels like it just fits the theme and everything. So I think that's really what's important in that regard. Everything kind of feels organic and immersive. The gameplay feels smooth and responsive. The game honestly feels kind of like an in-between of Diablo 4 and Path of yeah, exactly. Diablo 4 and Path of Exile. It's like simpler than Path of Exile, more complex and customizable than Diablo 4. And I think they did a really good job with like revamping the graphics and everything that they did. I never saw it before the graphic change, but I think that was a good idea of them to do a graphical overhaul, because a lot of the players that would enjoy Diablo 4, I think, will enjoy this. And it might have held back some of that enjoyment if the graphics weren't overhauled. I definitely just need to continue playing further into the game. I've basically, the way I've been taking it on is I've just been playing until I get to like a new waypoint or something, and then I hop off, just depending on what I'm doing during the day, because I've been kind of busy recently, so I haven't been able to just sit here and focus solely on this. It's kind of just been something I've been doing whenever I get a little free time in between. But I think that's a good way to gauge how enjoyable the game is. If I'm, able to enjoy it, I don't need a strategy guide. I don't need YouTube videos to enjoy the game. I feel like if anything, I'm trying to avoid YouTube videos right now, just because I don't want to get too much information. But I mean, look at this. We got a game guide. Wrong way. We got a game guide built into the game with all these different things. So like you could literally just play the game, learn everything you need inside the game, which is great in my opinion. The itemization feels really reminiscent of Diablo or Path of Exile. I haven't gotten far enough into the game to where I feel like I have a full grasp of the itemization or the crafting or any of these other things. But from a casual standpoint of just playing through the game, picking your skills as you go, upgrading your items as you find better stuff, I've been having a blast. And I don't feel like I've had to think about it too much so far. Maybe when I get to the end game and I'm trying to min-max so that I can continue pushing further and further into the game, that's the point where I'm going to have to pay more attention to that. But right now, I'm just enjoying the art style, enjoying the different enemies. The enemies definitely have way better AI than on Diablo. I'd say way better AI even than Diablo 4. I'd venture to say. It just seems like the variety of enemies, the different types of attacks, and all these other things. Of course, they're, kind of like meat shields with loot pinatas or whatever, once you figure out their different attack patterns. But at the same time, I feel like they're just more... There was more thought put into them. More passionately designed. And that's not a knock against the devs or anything. I just think that with Diablo, I think that a lot of things were rushed. And Diablo as well, it could be another example of that saying, too many cooks in the kitchen. If you got a smaller dev team, they're able to like stick to the script more. When you have these massive dev teams, everything has to get okayed and go through all these different channels. Which is crazy, because you think that, more would be better, but that's not always the case, especially if people aren't on the same page. Oh yeah, I don't even know how I forgot to mention this, the map overlay. The thing that Diablo 4 said would ruin your immersion. They did it on here, and it hasn't ruined my immersion once. So there's this. You can have it over here if you want to, or you can have it right here. There's no like character customization like this mage. You can only make a male mage. But I don't really think that's a huge... I don't think that's a huge issue that I can't make like a female character or whatever. Some people care about that more than I do, but I come from Diablo 2, so, the sorceress is always the sorceress. that doesn't take away from the gameplay. I'm more into the gameplay, the loop of the gameplay, and the loot, the itemization, the progression system of the game. Ooh. Got us a unique body armor. Movement speed. Ooh, that's nice. I like how you can mouse over the items as well. Get a little peek. So far we've been having a blast with the game, and I hope you are too. Let me know what you think about the game, and be sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I'll catch you on the next one, maybe where I'll do some more in-depth about further on into the game as well as other systems within the game. Take it easy.